So they said these results reveal that having a physically attractive husband may have negative consequences for wives, especially if those wives are not particularly attractive. So, I don't know.
Cancel your gym memberships. Throw away your protein shakers. Sit down on the couch with a bag of chips and watch this show.
But there's no way she's going to be happy with that either.
I think that's the thing. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Craig and Jonah. This is number 2.
Episode number 2, the big deuce.
We're picking up steam now. We're literally going to double our episode count now.
Yep, here we go. So on my way to town the other day, I saw something interesting. I saw 2 turkeys in the field. It's their mating season right now, so the males are trying to impress the females. And so the tom turkey was strutting in all of his glory, just looked magnificent. His chest, puffed up and stuck out, tail feathers, just beautiful. The sun was shining on him, so it was like, iridescent, just striking. Standing in front of a hen, she's just going about her daily business. Picking away at the corn, not paying attention to him at all. And I'm like, man, do I know what that feels like? So it just shows, as humans, we're fighting all this evolutionary pressure that has basically made the female gender unimpressed by men. Except for during that one time of the month or whatever when things line up. So I don't know what to say about that, but it was pretty funny to me.
Did you stay to find out whether she ever caught up with her?
No, I was driving the speed limit and just went right past. But in that moment, I saw the agony that was going through that turkey's mind.
He only has to do with it a few months out of the year. And then he's back. And then he spends the rest of the time just trying to find stuff to eat.
Well, and that's true. And he can just find a different hen too.
That's true.
So a little bit different. Not saying it's right.
Different problems, same results.
Yeah. So he just hangs out with the hens for 1 month out of the year, and then he hangs out with the boys again.
It doesn't sound so bad.
No, it doesn't.
For everyone involved.
Yeah. So I was thinking more about the Mountain Dew episode.
Okay.
Last time.
All right.
So because on our Discord, Central Catholic talked about how much Mountain Dew he drank as well. And so I started thinking about it. And it's not that I've never drank Mountain Dew, but there's a reason why I didn't drink a lot of it.
Okay.
And so when I was in junior high to high school, I wasn't sure it was an urban legend, but people talked about how it shrank your penis and testicles. And so I had to look it up. I
like in the Encyclopedia Britannica?
No, this is just in the hallways of the school. At that time, this was pre-internet.
Yeah, right.
So, when people talk about things, there's no real way to verify that. But I took it to heart. I wasn't taking any chances. So I looked it up, and sure enough, Mountain Dew at the time, I'm talking about in the 90s, was rumored to basically affect sperm count and male health in general. But the greatest, or one of the largest rumors, this is a story from Vice News, was that Mountain Dew was being used as a contraceptive. And so the real issue here is yellow number 5, which gives Mountain Dew its color. It was said to decrease sperm count. And all I thought when I heard that was, thank God I never heard of that in high school.
Yeah.
So I started reading this article about it. And according to the urban legend, this is from the article, the soda lowers the sperm count and thus works as a precoital contraception because of the soda's dye called tartrazine. And they basically, it's a baseless rumor with no facts to back it up. However, there was one guy, a researcher in Africa, that worked with mice, and it did affect their reproductive ability. But I'm going to guess that your strong evidence that drinking 6 Mountain Dews a day does not impair fertility.
I wonder how many kids I'd have. I'd have 15 or 20 by now.
Because this is what they say. There's all sorts of anecdotal evidence where people talked about how they drank Mountain Dew before they had sex and they didn't get pregnant. And this one expert says there's a pretty low percentage that any given sex act will result in pregnancy. To which I say, bullshit. See that? They weren't married. So when a couple believes that Mountain Dew is actually working in preventing contraception, in reality, it's just stats.
Oh,
so that's what they're saying.
Or maybe mindset. Does mindset help you here? If I believe it works, it works.
I'm not sure it works like that, but then somebody goes on to talk about how there was this couple in high school, the first to have a baby in their high school, who swore for a year that because of the Mountain Dew intake, they had nothing to worry about, but then it failed them.
I can't imagine how that happened.
I don't know. So if you're looking for contraceptives, Mountain Dew probably isn't the answer. And I was concerned about just male health in general, so that's why I steered clear of it. And I'm not really enticed by it now to drink Mountain Dew. So I think I'm past that.
Well, I mean, I think drinking Mountain Dew the way I did and the way every Mountain Dew drinker I know does is it's not one can a day. It is a lot. And it's probably a sign of immaturity and a lack of just a general lack of discipline in your life. And you wait long enough, you start to get chubby, and maybe that's why, you're being saved from it, because you're not getting any action, because you're just so.
Eventually, the diabetes and erectile dysfunction sets in, and that really helps you with a lot of things.
Yeah, it just happens sooner. Yeah.
So if people are looking for better birth control forms, not that we promote this sort of thing, because we don't.
Right.
There was recently a new condom developed, which caught my attention. I heard about it on the news. And
why did it catch your attention? Is that this?
Well, so wait, who would have thought they'd come up with a new style of condom, right? It's called the pre-erection condom.
Okay.
So you put it on up to 2 hours before having sex.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's a lot of hope there.
It's made by a Colombian-based company that says that.
How does this stay on?
Well, so it swells, so it's kind of tight, but it swells in size. I'm not sure if it can handle your Mountain Dew enhanced memory. Yeah. Just the compressive forces wouldn't be enough.
So bad.
But the company claims that it makes lovemaking so much easier and more fun because you don't have to interrupt your intimacy with the mundane task of putting it on because you already wear it. So
slip it on in the morning just in case.
Yep, the condom is placed only 2 hours before. Oh. So maybe you're planning on doing it in the morning. I don't know. But the condom is placed over a flaccid penis that is stretched, covering it like a sock. The ring at the bottom helps it stay in place before the man is erect. Once aroused, the condom expands with the penis to a maximum length of 7 inches, as similar as the traditional one sold by Durex or whatever. This is made from a material that's 10 times thinner than latex, which manufacturers insist is resistant against pressure, stretching, and rubbing.
Yeah, I bet.
They also say it's more comfortable and feels like a second skin when the material is warm. There is... they go on to talk about, they compared guys that had erectile dysfunction, how they performed this condom versus other condoms. And apparently this condom makes sex feel even better than the natural way, which I'm really... So it's been decades since I've seen a condom, but I'd be surprised.
The last time I saw one, I think I was riding in a state park and there was a used one laying out in the road. So
the father of 9.
Yeah, obviously. Keepers.
So in the reviews, one man compared the wafer thin material to like saran wrap, essentially like cling film. Some people complain about how it's difficult to put on and falling off, or they tear. I don't know. Not that we support any of this, but it's really funny. They come in sizes of jumbo packs of 72 on Amazon for $86.
Huh.
So,
wow. Is that like a month's supply or what?
yeah, so I was thinking about that. That's for the single guys right there. Because no married guy's going to use 72 condoms.
Yeah, I think the expiration date would definitely
That
come.
was my first thought. What is the expiration date? Because there's no way you're going to go through 72 of those things.
Give me 10 years.
Yeah.
Who's the maker of that?
You
say Dura?
No, I don't know if it was Durex. I think it's a different company. They don't actually.
Guess who's going to be our first sponsor of the show?
Would be
Showing up in the ads unless you pay YouTube for the premium.
I don't know, but then they conclude that this condom makes sex feel more natural compared to other condoms. So, Again, where's the banner?
I don't have it on this one. This one's still.
Wait, you're talking to two guys that have never used contraception, really?
And yeah, and I'm close enough to the end now that I have no plans to.
Then one more funny story that I came across this week. Sorry. Do you think women are happier with guys that are more attractive or less attractive?
Do I think women
are happier in happier relationships with men that are more attractive or less attractive than men are?
Let's see. My wife is super happy, so I'm assuming it's the unattractive. It must be the unattractive.
You're right.
Wow.
Yep. Turns out that if some guy's really good looking and single because he's too good looking, women are happy with less attractive men. A new study finds. This was research conducted by Florida State University, which
seems legit.
Seems legit. That you got this idea for funding. You're like, you know what? I really want to test this out. We're going to see if women are happier with ugly guys. Yeah, well, how do you secure funding for that? It's just funny. So the survey included 113 newlywed couples, and they basically found that with men that are less attractive, the wives are happier because the husbands seem to be more committed, more investing in pleasing their wives when they felt that they were getting a pretty good deal, like as far as they're getting the more attractive spouse.
Uh-huh.
They also found that when men were rated as more attractive than their partners, the women felt inferior, negatively affecting their lives. So they said these results reveal that having a physically attractive husband may have negative consequences for wives, especially if those wives are not particularly attractive. So, I don't know.
Cancel your gym memberships. Throw away your protein shakers. Sit down on the couch with a bag of chips and watch this show.
But there's no way she's going to be happy with that either.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah, so that's the real issue. So there's a very fine line where many women are happy. Is that what you're saying?
It's like that. You've probably seen that there's that. It's that grid. Like I forget it. Like the perfect woman, the ideal woman.
Crazy versus hot.
Yeah, it's like some little sliver.
The unicorn. If you find one of these, bring her in for further study.
Yeah. You've heard the old song, what the key to what is it? Key to happy life is make an ugly woman your wife. You've heard that song, right?
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Pull it up and play it. But if you want to be, God, how does it go? Okay, now I gotta pull it up and play it. I had to pull up that clip, and so we're gonna play just a little bit of it. All right, little technical difficulty there. Now we'll play. Number one hit me. If you wanna be happy for the rest of your life, never make a picture one for your wife. So for my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you. But we both found that sweet spot, that unicorn in the rough. as well as every man that's listening to this,
Yeah.
found that unicorn. Just the
Yep.
perfect blend of beauty and niceness and
sugar and spice and
just,
all everything was
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I forgot to mention something during the Mountain Dew episode,
All right.
just about the interesting things that high school students might do as far as contraception goes.
Oh golly.
So
Corn husks.
well,
That's what I heard about growing up.
Well, you can talk about what you heard growing up. So this one guy that I know, these people would be mortified probably. Heard me talking about this, but the one guy had a hot tub in his house, and so he had heard, again, this is pre-internet, that if you sat in a hot tub, it killed all your sperm.
Oh,
so that was his plan.
How many kids does he have?
I don't know how many he has now, but it worked through high school. But still, pretty risky. I think that must have been just the stats working in his favor. Maybe, I'm not sure.
Is that licit? Would that get the Christopher West stamp of approval?
So, well, we should ask him. So, you could probably cite some kind of research that says at a certain temperature your sperm die, but you enjoy hot tubs. You're not doing it because of that.
If you just happen to like sitting in a hot tub with a big glass of Mountain Dew
prior to sex,
I think we just found the loophole, folks.
And so then another woman that I know, in high school, she learned NFP and used it in high school.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
You know how many kids she has now?
How many?
More than you. That's all I'll say.
Oh my.
Chance you know her.
How about that?
But yeah, no, she did.
We would have definitely been pregnant in high school. NFP. It literally took us after the 9th kid to get kind of good.
And I don't know what method it was. I just remember her talking about it because she's like, I'm Catholic, so I don't want to use any form of birth control. But she still wanted it for premarital sex.
Yeah.
So,
well,
No, I mean, but we don't make any judgmental statements here.
Nope.
Sorry,
guys. Go to confession.
But yeah, those are my best two high school contraceptive stories. But you have a corn husk.
That was your religion. I heard they would say, yeah, your parents or grandparents used to have to use corn husks, and that's why they
I'm not following this. How does the corn husk work? You insert it?
I don't know. We could Google it. I don't know. I'm just using my imagination with
it'd be like sort of.
Would you dry or wet? I would think you'd want to.
I think you'd want it, but I mean.
Seems like there's better methods.
I have never heard of that method before, and I grew up in the country, but we were more.
That's all natural.
It is all natural. It's kind of like in ancient Egypt, they used crocodile dung.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if the corn has some kind of spermicidal aspect to it, or if it is just like a physical barrier.
I would think it'd be so uncomfortable you would never get to the finish line. Maybe that's how it works.
Again. You
both fake it and go home.
Those kind of techniques are maybe for people that aren't married yet. Because once you're married, there's no way the corn husk is coming out.
There's a couch. That's what you do. Go down there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's been nice knowing you all after we get sued by Pepsi Cola now.
No, there's articles about it. There's actually a lot of articles about how Mountain Dew isn't a contraceptive. I had no idea, but I am thankful I never heard about that back at that age.
That's right.
I'm not saying I've been duped by that, but
yeah,
duped by the dew. But
it's easy to believe things you want to believe in at that young age, right?
Oh, don't worry. I drank 3 Mountain Dews today.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, who tolerated that. I hope you keep following us. We're still trying to get the rhythm for this version of the podcast, but it was a lot of fun. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you, Jonah.
You bet.
And until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good one.